It's your boy Hakeem Green, Channel Live, live and direct, BDP, all day, every day. All we do is spark Madism here on the Madism TV sports show. You know what I mean? It's a lot going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. Coach E, what's up, brother?
How you doing today, Hot?
Woo, man, I'm bubbling with fire, bro. I can't even. I don't know if I should be
ashamed to talk about.
Yeah, I don't know if I should be ashamed of myself. You know what? We're gonna put Wes on hold because we'll have to go conversation like that. And you got the princess in the back. What up, Ryan? How you doing? Hey, what up, y'all? Hi.
Hi.
Hi. How was school?
Good.
Okay. We want to hear nothing but good reports.
Okay.
How's that jump shot going?
It's doing good.
Yeah?
Yep.
I had to hire you a new coach. Got no daddy.
That's my niece.
His jump shot was, hey, niece.
Hi.
Hi, beautiful little girls back. We see y'all later.
All right.
Yeah, wait.
Hey, remember this is a sports show, Hot. There's certain things we can't speak on.
Well, you know, Slapfest is a sport nowadays.
That's true. It is. It is.
Yeah. Slapfest is definitely a sport, but we're not gonna go into all that because we have a very special guest joining us this week. You know, legendary MC, and you know he's also an avid sports fan. That's the brother Ali from the St Lunatics. So we don't want to get too far off track. We want to keep it focused. And you know how we do each and every week. We're gonna start the show. I'm gonna drop a video. We need everybody out there looking to like, subscribe, share the stream, bring as many people to the conversation as possible. And you know, we're gonna get it cracking. So I'm gonna put you guys back in the green room. We're gonna run a little sponsorship ad, little something, hop in the jewelry, come right back, bring the brother Ali in, and we're gonna get into, you know, what he's been up to recently. All right?
All right.
Yes, sir. Let me do that. If I play myself. That's how we doing it, ladies and gentlemen. Madism TV is blowing up. We got Ali from the St. Lunatics in the house. You know we blowing up.
Yo, salute to my man Domingo first and foremost. But look, Media Famous, the #1 artist services and music distribution in the fucking world, you heard? If you an artist, you trying to get your music heard, I'm telling you, Big Gorilla, don't ever disrespect me and not fuck with Media Famous, you heard? Bing bang.
Yeah. This goes out to every old head who took the time to drop a jewel on me. You know what I mean? Little bits of wisdom. Yo, check it out. Listen. If pimpin' ain't easy, what the fuck is revolution? Rappers be spitting straight noise pollution. Here's a clean glass of water, I show you how to eat the live. What goes around comes, let me show you how to give. There's something that you hear when it honors at your ribs. In the street, keep up your jewels, thug jewel like baby bibs. I try to stay mindful, write something for the kids. Talk it like I walk it, rap it how I live. I came up blue collar, strive to be a scholar, but I couldn't eat the love, I'll only starve without the dollar. Depression, the stress is enough to make you holler when the landlord's at your doorstep. The devil's on your collar. It's all like jewels. Can I drop a jewel? Can I drop a jewel? Can I drop a jewel? Said y'all like jewels. Can I drop a jewel? Can I drop a jewel? Can I drop a jewel? They call me a slacker, cause I won't sell crack for the cracker. I call women queens and I love the very blacker. Some chicks get it twisted, they'd rather be called bitches with their ass in the air like everybody's supposed to kiss it. It's a simple lesson, you get what you deserve. Is life a bitch or just a pimp with a perm? See mommy tricked out, made a little heartburn or something she'll forget when it's time to take her turn. And will the children learn this was better to earn? But when my niggas put in work, they like to make the metal burn. End up in the system, it's all systematic. Manchurian candidates, waving automatics. A product of a project launched in the 80s. Chemical warfare meant to kill the crack babies. Now as the world turns, is it just a story? Cause keeping it real got my sons in purgatory. Yeah, y'all like jewels. Can I drop a jewel? Can I drop a jewel? Can I drop a jewel? Yeah. Said y'all like jewels. Can I drop a jewel? Can I drop a jewel? Can I drop a jewel? Yeah. In between heaven and Hades, like earthquakes in Haiti, the fat lady clears her throat, then plays harp for the baby. They say I'm such a mystic, lyrics are mythic, but I make it so plain with details and specifics. I'm just gifted like that. I'm young and I'm black, so represent the game. I represent the fact that God helps those who helps themselves. So when God helps you, He's really helping Himself. Make every day have purpose. It's the science of life. Every breath's another role. It's a science to die. Give me the bone. Learn from your mistakes. Try to learn from others. You get one roll in life, you won't get another. You have to learn the tricks, cause some niggas be on the gab. Want some funny business, but that shit won't make you laugh. I thought he had the bread, wasn't wonder not the weed. I'm wondering how it's coming back, cause my connect ain't getting beat. Said y'all like jewels. Can I drop a jewel? Can I drop a jewel? Can I drop a jewel? Yeah. Said y'all like jewels. Can I drop a jewel? Can I drop a jewel? Can I drop a jewel? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was Jewelry by your man Hakeem Green, channel live and direct, produced by Ron Lawrence. Big shout out to him. And video by Nice Flicks. Shout out to them, no doubt. So, we're gonna jump right into the guest, the God Ali from the St Lunatics. Peace, God.
Peace to the gods. Peace to the gods. Earth and babies are the greatest.
Oh, Lord. It's such a pleasure to have you on the show.
A pleasure to be here too.
Of course, we fans over here, and it's just what y'all represent, for the Midwest culture, especially when y'all came out representing,
Appreciate that.
It's like,
that. That song was nice. I love that record.
So thank you. Yeah, man. So brothers is Dr. Coach Eric Harrield. And this is my boy Wes Henderson.
Wes, peace.
Folks that I known for a great deal of time. Me and E go back, music industry family. And
I see like his face look familiar too.
Yeah, he's up there, be a BMG building. He's a BMG guy. Yeah. And Wes is an old high school friend of mine. Okay. Jack, a cat that I came up busting his ass on the basketball court and shit,
That's my thing right there.
Yeah, man. So I met this brother Ali. This is when director Benny Boom. He had done the Wild Out 2K video for Channel Live, and I think he had done Uchiwali.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I was on my way to Justin's because Justin's restaurant owned by Puffy was like the hot spot in the city for a great deal. Over on 21st Street. So I was heading over there and I hit Benny up like, yo, I'm going over to Justice. You got to meet me over there. He was like, nah, man, I got to babysit. I got Julian, his first son. He's like, I got Julian at the house. I have a babysitter. I'm like, yo, man, the Lunatics is going to be over there with Nelly. You need to go poly. Like, yo, bro, lock that down for me. Go handle that for me. So I get to the block. As soon as I get to 21st Street, I run into Ali. And I'm like, yo, son, I'm Hakeem from Cheryl Live. He's like, God, I know who you are, God. Oh, you ain't got that. Yeah, I know who you are. So, I got this brother, Benny Boom is my guy. He was like, look, here's my information. Let's connect. And that connection turned into what, like 7 videos?
Yes, sir. A lot of videos.
Yeah, man. So I thank you for being receptive because, at that time, there was so much going on. You guys were like hot, like y'all super, super, super hot. And I came out of nowhere and just, the respect that you gave to me, I appreciate it and I honor that. Salute, salute.
That's peace. Legendary.
Right. Yeah. So tell me, brother, Papa LEEZY.
Yeah.
What you been up to, man?
Nothing. I mean, I got
talking about. You just sent me some new music. You got to be up to something.
Now, I want to say nothing first because that's what nothing. For 20 years, I just want to say I'm lucky enough to right now. I'm blessed enough, and in that sense, to say nothing for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, I put out Black Gold in 2019, then in 21 I put out Rose Gold. Then I'm turning 50 in July, so I'm gonna put out Gold. So I might, and so then I would do White Gold. Yeah, right last. So, but yeah, I'm always doing. That's why I love the record you did because it's like why I stop. I love just the adultness of it. It's still hip hop. It's still jamming. It's something I can relate to. You know what I'm saying? It's 7:30, 7:41. I will be taking my daughter to soccer practice right now, so I'm gonna pick her up though. Yeah, I'm a rap about.
I love that. I'm
a rap about that. You know what I'm saying? So my music is that now, and I just think I appreciate you still rhyming. I appreciate Tracy Lee still rhyming. You know what I'm saying? The new album, Glory.
Yeah. Man, he's killing it. I love that project, Glory, and I love that brother.
Doing that, and then the clothing brand, Prep League clothing brand. What else? It's all kind of. I always had like vending machines and things like that. Just still living. But yeah, I haven't toured in 2 years. I just want to just sit down after I got a line in my rhyme say. I was missing the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, 20 years on the road. Think of all the toilets I didn't shit in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm missing basic things. I'm missing, I'm missing arguments at home. Come on, y'all get into it. I want to do that. I want to,
You just instigate some shit just to be just get the feeling.
Just to get the feeling. I wanted to go back to the barbershop and cut hair again, just to be in the middle of the argument. And back in the days when I didn't know what was going on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was the best time of my life.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy right now of just being able to say, I got a lot going on yet, being able to say nothing.
Yeah. Now, I would like for you to, just talk to us about, how you guys got started, before the record deal, before the Universal deal, just before all that happened, the culture, because I think it's important for people to understand where people are coming from for real. Like, the block, the folks that inspired you that we might not have ever heard of, but was important to you. And the reason why I'm asking it like that, because especially with this being a sports show, you guys' movement was heavy sports, from the football jerseys to the the song about the Air Force Ones was probably the greatest sneaker record. That and Adidas,
my Adidas, we second.
The second, but hey man, the company's only like really 2 records, and one's Adidas and one's Nike. And Nike probably is the shoe of hip hop. I don't know.
It's the number one. Air Force Ones is the number one athletic shoe. We sold more than Jordan.
Yeah, man. See, so
and they made $28 billion, and I need a piece. Because I want to get whatever they give me. I'm giving half to the community.
That's right. That's right.
If you don't give it to me, I need to run a campaign. And everybody like, wait a minute. I wrote this record. I got a plaque in there for Songwriter of the Year, and y'all made $28 billion. You can't give me something. I'm gonna give half to the people because we need it. We need grocery stores. We need somebody in the grocery store to teach our people like, yo, you should, instead of making that Lunchable, go to that deli over there, get the meat, cut it, and buy the little squares and make the same Lunchable. Just don't get out the process part. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna push nothing on you. I'm just saying, like, let's teach our people.
Yeah.
Help me.
Well, coming from where you come from, like before the record deal, when you like talk about that, like the come up,
The come up for me, really, really quick on just breeze through it. 1972, I'm born. Okay, boom, the youngest of 7. I was a science project. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is Sheila, Jan, and then mom, dad got out of self. Let's have one more. 10 years later, have one more. We're gonna see with Elijah Muhammad now what they talking about is right. We ain't gonna feed them this, no pork, no sodium nitrate, no monosodium glutamate. I was 5 years old going to a sleepover with a note. Ali can't, you know what I'm saying? So that's I was born protesting and all this, these things. So coming up, I go off. We move out of our situation, better jobs for mom and dad in the house. Man, sisters and brothers, we move out. And as we move all the way up, I end up, going to a prep school because of basketball, and going off to college. It was important. I went to the only all-black high school, only all-black Catholic school in the United States. It's called Martin College Prep. It was in St. Louis. Well, St. Louis is the archdiocese
capital. Wow.
So when the Pope comes, he's gonna come straight to St. Louis. So of course we had an all-black one. So, but Jesus was black in the school. Mary was black. Everything was black in the school. You know what I'm saying? So from that school, I learned a bunch of, because I was number one in the state, and I was on an all-white school. Dad said, you got to get up out of there because it was too much Air Ali.
Wait, you were number one in state in basketball? Yeah. And what year was this?
From my freshman year to my 88, 89, those 2 years, I was ranked number one in the state. It was small school, and then I ended up going playing AAU ball. And then when around that time, it was Allen Henderson, all the boys going to Syracuse, Chris Webber, Allen Houston. That was the run around that time. Todd Day had just kind of came. Penny Hardaway, was just, So it was around that period in time. So we started playing AAU ball, and then from there I just left that school and then went to the private school. And that private school instilled, definitely going to college. So went to college. I had all Division I, Creighton, Iowa State. I was going with Johnny Orr. Right before a year before that, Proposition 48 had got me. So I was in the Valley Park. My family, I love them. It's an all-white school. You know what I'm saying? It was really racist. So when I went there real quick, when I went there in '82, it was go home nigga signs. That was the first time there because St. Louis
it's hard body.
Last place to talk about slavery. So I got there. I went through the '60s shit in '82. You know what I'm saying? It was me and about 8 of us on a bus, and I would walk I was in the 5th grade, walk to kindergarten to class and everything. So we got, on and on. It got way better. I'm still cool with them people to this day. Yet when I transferred over to that school, and it just was already in me, black life and everything was already in me. Because by the time I was 8, I had read by the time I was 8 or 9, I had read the whole Message of the Black Man and the whole Malcolm X autobiography because I had to read a page every day when I got home from school and I had to go outside and play. You know what I'm saying? So from that school, I went to the Proposition 48 hit me. So those freshman years, my grades were so bad, and they were just pushing me through. I wouldn't even come to school. The driver's ed class would come 45 minutes, an hour away to my house to pick me up. Because I was a freshman giving you 40, 49. You know what I'm saying? So they would treat me like that, and Pop said, you got to get you out of there. So when I got to that school, and I went through a phase where I kind of I didn't really pout my whole squad. We won state and everything. Julian Winfield went to Mizzou, and Chris went to Prairie View, and Roger went to DePaul, and Smokey went to Arkansas State. Mine was Johnny Orr, Iowa State, and I was going to redshirt, so I pouted a little bit. And then I took a visit, just a play visit down to my coach, name it Morris Brown. My high school coach was good friends with him. I went down just to go to visit, and I seen School Days. I said, damn, that's it. I was already frustrated about the thing, and I had my mind moving on to rap because it was more about seeing the politics of the basketball. Like, I'm averaging 24 a game, and I'm an honorable mention. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I D Damon Bailey up, and I gave him buckets. I shut him down, gave him buckets, and he. This coach is talking to him, and I just gave him 20, and he had 14. So I started seeing it was more about me at the time. I wanted just the income. It wasn't about. I love sport, basketball, and sports and everything. At the time, I realized that. So getting to Morris Brown, I ended up going to Morris Brown. So went down there. When I got to Morris Brown, in that process, me and T-Mo Goody Mile, we were there.
That's crazy.
And that's when By Nature came. Man, homecoming. Everybody, KRS One came in the headline. By Nature was opening. I'm talking about, and they went live and did it was on the back of the CD, and it was crazy. One of the best kind, just crazy. Yip came out and performed. We was with the Chain Gang. They came out, and who was in the group? Cool Breeze. Yip and Cool Breeze was in the group Chain Gang. So that's there. Then in the school, in the dorms, how it was going on. My New York brothers, they introduced me to the blunts. Like, man, everybody there from Cali and then they got the joints, but we smoking the blunts now because my New York brothers, they didn't put us on. So it's a melt pot. So one day we end up talking, right? And they say we teasing everybody how they talk. Teasing New York about what up, kid, what up, kid. We teasing everybody laughing. We teasing LA about how proper they talk in Cali. They get around and talk about Georgia's and everybody, and they got me and said, Ali, you country too. And I said, country women, because country in St. Louis was like you was tacky. You couldn't dress or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? And they said, nah, you be saying her and der and ner. I never picked it up. I said, wow. I laughed with everybody else, but I dropped into thought. Like, man. So as I went through a process, I was already rhyming and doing my thing. So that's where the spark for the group came. I said, okay, I'm going to go back home. I'm just around my New York brothers and how much more advanced they were, not smarter or anything. It was just like, they was talking about doing, started insurance business. We were not 18, what you talking about? So I picked up that. And being in the middle of the map, I learned in school, we all arguing. You know how college dorm rooms are. I'm watching like they arguing about, West Coast didn't know about ultramagnetic MCs.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know about that. I did. So I didn't have the newer records. I got them late.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know about Poison Clan down in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
East Coast didn't know. They didn't know about in the West Coast. They didn't know about like DJ Quick, or at the time they didn't really know about like E40. I did. I just was like, wow, I knew about everything. So they realized being in the middle of the map, we got everything.
Mm-hmm.
So getting everything, we just got it late. So that's how our music resonated. And from that point on, I went back home and I want to start a group. I got how I want to do it. I know how I want to rhyme. I know we got to do to get out of the situation. And I didn't even get a chance to. I had just like Ali home. Ali quit basketball. What the fuck you doing? When he quit basketball, he gonna start a rap group. Oh, you tripping?
Ooh.
My parents was mad. My father wouldn't even bring me home. I had to find a way home. My homeboy sent me $100 and got a bus home. So I had a little time to stay at home and everything. I got to get out though. Guess I it's just rules and regulations.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there is where we started. And I had a meeting with my homeboys my age who said, bring me some rappers. I was signed with Professor Griff in Atlanta before I left.
Wow.
He had just got put out of Public Enemy. He had like Jihad Productions or something like that. He had started a new.
This is early.
This is 90. I'm sorry, 91, 92.
Yeah.
On that time, because I stayed in school 2 years and was learning, fucking up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with Griff and shit, he's dealing with Sister Pam, I think, the boyfriend, Red, you know what I'm saying? So I come home, I get out of that contract, it's over. I come home and start a group. I said, just bring me some rappers. Bring me to anybody that rap. I'm going to change them. I'm going to show them balls. I'm going to show them how I go. I'm going to show them what it means to. It meant something. Everything meant something, like, the flow. See, now it's just, can you flow? No. So back then the flow was so you're saying like, you couldn't slur in your words when you rap because that was whack.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That was like nice. You know what I'm saying? So my city was known for big gaps. And let me tell you, it was just a difference. So when that flow came, it meant that. Could you flow? Can you learn a lot about it for the gain and more ground and being low down and do the go down? So that was that. That. I came home. Let's go. Find me some rappers. They gave them to me. And we sat down for 2 years and we talked. And
wow.
I answered the St Lunatics. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Just talk.
Yeah. Talk. The first time I heard about y'all was Kevin Law over at Universal. I met him through Mike City, songwriter, producer. And he was like just giving us the heads up that like, yo, this is gonna be the next thing. I'm telling you, Hakeem, like we had this is about to be like the wave, huh?
We had a 7-year plan. That was 93. I started the group. I talked to him for a couple of years. And by the time 96, 95 came, we started hitting the studio. And then we had to get in there. It was like we had to get to a court so we could start practicing, shooting. So we got signed a shitty deal that got us to where we needed to be able to practice and get comfortable with the microphone and things of that nature, to where, so by 2000, I was always talking, we'll be ready by 2000. The world is going to be, Outkast just came out. And I'm like, yo, you don't see it coming? East Coast is the birthplace, it is the Mecca. The West Coast had it. Then the South came with it. Then when I seen Outkast come, we had already came and did this thing and everything, yet he gave us Atlanta. He didn't give us Atlanta. I'm talking about finger waves, lobster tail, big boots, and that was a real Georgia, Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, and the Goody Mob, they came, and I knew that was them. Like, yo, them flip flops and socks, that's really Atlanta. That's really them. You know what I'm saying? So I went home and just took all of them that formula and just blended it all into a mesh and made.
Yeah, because even when you talk about the slur, the her and the, I mean, y'all made that, like, you had the whole nation really trying to sound like St. Louis at that point.
At one point in time, yeah.
Yeah. But then you hear even Kanye, he takes it and he takes his thing, and it's like just the Southern feel has taken over really music since you guys kind of kicked the door in. I know it was Outkast before and Goody Mob, but when Nelly and the St. Lunatics like hit, it was something entirely different. Now, why the whole sport? I mean, again, culture wise, the whole jerseys as nationwide, everybody is showing up with jerseys, trying to look like. And I got a funny story too. But why the whole?
It was the Wu-Tang in me. It was the Fab Five in me. You know what I'm saying? It was putting something together, and we were like a basketball team. We had the starting five. We had, if we had girls around, it was cheerleaders. We had a mascot. Slow down, he wore a mask. You know what I'm saying? It was just a whole sports thing. Nelly holds records in St. Louis still for punt returns and kickoff returns. He was a dough ride receiver. Murphy Lee, Kewan was big in soccer and baseball. Them all baseball boys too. You know what I'm saying? So sports is a big thing with us. So you gotta think the song that actually took, everybody did their thing in the 90s and put us where we needed to be at. When the culture actually became number one was Ride With Me. The Nelly job, if you want to go and take a ride, that's when hip hop surpassed, because rock and country still was beating everything. So that's when hip hop surpassed everything right there with Ride With Me. Ride With Me was nothing but Nelly is, ode to his, he's a cornerback, ode to his cornerback, who his favorite cornerback is Dion.
Dion, of course.
Dion would say, must be the money. Hey, must be the money.
Yeah.
So that's when
prime time.
So that's the jerseys. Yet to give props. Now we didn't start it. We might have popularized it. Yet I gave the props to Fife. And I seen Fife because I'm the oldest of the group. I'll be 50, like I said, in July. So I'm the oldest. So I remember when it wasn't hip hop and it was hip hop, and I know it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing Fife. I'm excited. I'm seeing you. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? When I'm seeing people that they thinking, oh, y'all sold. I'm like, no, hold on. Let me. I know you don't explain who you are. So when I seen Fife, I was like, yo, I gave him props for the jerseys, and he said, he appreciate it. Thank you, bro. Thank you. But he corrected me. He said, it's not me. He said, who gave birth to these jerseys? Michael Bivins. I said, oh.
That's right.
Michael Bivins.
Michael Bivins. Big salute to Michael Bivins. That was OG in the fucking game.
Yeah, and then the one important thing is that we turned them around, just the jerseys, like Chris Cross had backwards. We only turned the jersey around because we were going to promote the player, not the establishment. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna show you, Isaac Bruce. We ain't gonna show you, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna show you
Corey Holt.
Yeah, we're gonna show you Hope. We're not gonna show you, the company. It's cool, no doubt, but we're gonna show you Hope name.
Marshall Falk.
We're gonna show you that name. We're gonna show you whoever it was in that time. We're gonna show you that name and not that.
Speaking of that, what was the atmosphere in St. Louis when the Rams was kicking everybody's ass? It
was unbelievable because Rams winning. We got a quarterback that came out of
nowhere.
Equal to like Publix. He was in Publix working at called Schnooks. The Schnooks is a bag boy. So here we going with this, and then that happens, and then we happen. So the city just couldn't understand for a minute, like what's going on. Like we've never been in the light. Now we're the biggest light. So it was crazy, and we don't have any. You gotta think it is no pregame. We don't know nothing. We don't have we were the Jackson 5.
Yeah.
We don't have like a history like a Big Daddy Kane. I mean, we have rappers locally, but we didn't have like famous like Grandmaster Flat Fast and saying just go back to the era on. we were the first. So it was like everything, the city was learning and we were learning, and everybody was, the city felt famous. You can go out of town with a St. Louis hat on and you felt famous. You know what I'm saying? You felt, so it was.
Yeah. All right. So, brothers, West, y'all want to hop in and ask a question? You got anything to say?
I'm getting a history lesson.
Okay.
About St. Louis. I know about more local players in basketball now out of St. Louis, like the Bradley Beals and the Jason Tatums.
Yeah.
They come out of that area. But I'm just enjoying the
basketball.
Because
you
want to talk about basketball? The people have come out.
No, I'm just saying that's what I remember. He was talking about the players out of that area. That's what I was saying.
Because I want to take this conversation left, right?
Yeah.
All right. And me and the God, we build on IG. That's how we reconnected on IG.
Mm-hmm.
And we have in-depth conversations about certain things.
True.
So I'm gonna bring this clip in, right? I want to look at this clip, and I want to have a discussion after we watch this clip. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, so me and the God was having a conversation about Colin Kaepernick. What up, Spliffy?
What's up, fellas?
Peace.
What's up?
Peace.
Yeah. So me and the God was having a conversation about Colin Kaepernick and him not being in the league, and if I get it right, Ali, let me know.
Okay.
He's not in the league because he was never really the most accurate passer. Was kind of how you frame it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And though I wouldn't say he was the best quarterback in the league at the time, he damn sure wasn't the worst quarterback in the league at the time.
Damn sure wasn't the worst.
Right. So I feel that the reason why he's not in the league is because of the stance that he took. Has nothing to do with his ability, nothing to do with his skill. He could be in the league, say, for that stance. Now, Colin Kaepernick's been doing the little tour, going around different workouts. And the talk is going back up. I don't know if he'll ever get back in the league, but he looks real good. So I wanted to get some feedback from yourself, Brother Ali, and of course my host panel. What you guys thinking about Colin Kaepernick right now, trying to get back in the league?
For me, just real quick, my words sometimes are going to be not my personal view. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be, I guess I'm against him or anything like that. It's not. It's going to be what's, kind of what it is type of things from my perspective. So if it comes off a little like I don't like him or something, I want to.
Yeah, it didn't come off like that at all. No,
I'm just saying, you're just as the conversation goes on, because I can just go there, but y'all can go ahead. I'll speak on it if you want me, whenever y'all want me, on my point of view.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a 49ers fan, and he took us pretty far, and we should have won. So I actually hold that against him that we didn't win the Super Bowl. But I will say there's not 32 quarterbacks in the NFL that I believe are better than him at the time or even now.
Nah.
So I think he deserves a shot to be in the league, and we know it's about the stance. I don't know if he'll ever get back in the league, but I hope he gets the opportunity. And I think he said this a couple weeks ago. I want to see him go to Pittsburgh because I just think that would say so much of what they've been doing around, Tomlin supporting Brian Flores, the Rooney Rule coming from their ownership to begin with. I'm sure we'll get into the changes with that later, but I just think I think that would be phenomenal and send a great message if he ended up in Pittsburgh, and it might actually be a slap in the face to the NFL. They might be like, "Wait a second, y'all went too far left." If he goes to Pittsburgh, but
I'm a Patriots fan. I wish he would go to the Patriots.
Yeah, but with
y'all do need a
Pittsburgh,
quarterback.
with Pittsburgh, it'll make sense, and they have a need for a quarterback.
Yep.
Because if that Mitchell Trubisky thing don't work out, they're definitely going to have a need. And I think speaking on that, it's a soft spot right now in the NFL. Where they're letting a lot of things open up, which is why you're seeing Kaepernick, I guess, get more exposure, harder looks, and all that. So if there is a time and opportunity, I think it is right now. And Pittsburgh may be the perfect landing spot, but they can also justify, by the fact of, Baker being out there, nobody's taking on him or whatever. They're just saying, it all depends on how they want to spin it, really.
Right. Yeah. Wes, what you think?
I agree with Coach and Cliff, and I'm pretty sure Ali's perspective is going to be right in line with, we all understand what it is. I don't think it has much to do with talent. He's not the most talented quarterback by far at all, but he's a winner. I will say that, and he's a good leader. And what happens in football at the quarterback position is that, historically, you get to the Super Bowl as a quarterback like that, whether you win or not, it's like you got an exemption, a quarterback exemption pass. And the way people talk about him now is if he never even did that. And, it's sad. He looks good. He is 33 years old. I don't think it has anything to do with the age has anything to do with it, as they're going to try to put out there. He can throw the football. I'm sure he's going to be more elusive than the average, than 26 quarterbacks in the league, So Pittsburgh would be a phenomenal thing. I think I never thought about that, but I didn't like them getting Mitchell Trubisky, but I thought they were going to get Jameis Winston. So I was really attaching Pittsburgh to a black quarterback anyway. But that one would be really cool, and they should bring him in anyway to put that pressure on Mitchell Trubisky, because he's an example of all types of privilege, because again, played 13 games in college, and we act as if it's okay, and it's not.
Well, let me ask you this, because apparently it's not the NFL, it's the owners.
Yeah.
Do you think that if one owner decided to sign Kaepernick, that there would be some type of negative blowback from the other owners? Do you think that that's like, I don't know, I don't want the headache, these jokers will put pressure on me here, there, other deals are being done, I don't want to upset.
No, I don't think that at all. I think the owners are so egotistical, they could give a rat's ass who's they don't take anyone else's position anyway. So as an owner, they don't care what other people think anyway, in any shape, form, or fashion. So whoever does it is going to do it because they want to do it, and they want the attention, because most of these owners are attention hungry anyway. So they want to put people in the seats and everything like that.
Yeah.
And once you're an owner, you're an owner.
Yeah. Yeah. There's nobody. You don't have to answer to anybody.
Yeah.
So.
But one person.
Who's that?
That fan.
Yeah, the fan. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
Speak on, for me to add on.
Well,
yes. No, go ahead.
No, you first.
I agree with what everybody said. Just to add on to what Wes said is that one, He's not a great quarterback. Not a great. Yet I'll lean there heavy, but I'll lean super heavy on the other side. He's a winner. You know what I'm saying? He's a winner. That's kind of what Tebow was just not the form. He was just getting it out there. You know what I'm saying? Like Brett Favre was just a winner. Like it wasn't all. It was just going to kind of make it happen to where that's Kaepernick when he falls short on what makes him not a great quarterback. Just so we can clear some things up. What I think about him as a quarterback, as him as an athlete. Baseball, he was. I remember seeing baseball. He could really go. He has a cannon. Mm-hmm. He has a cannon. I mean, I bet he could outthrow almost any. I put him in. He could be in the top 20 of quarterbacks history for as a cannon. Mm-hmm. He has a cannon. Yet his accuracy was always his problem. Now that was his problem in baseball. He could throw heat, but it wasn't always accurate. Yet with Cap, to me, it was more so about he is not. See, LeBron can put equality on the shoes. LeBron can take a knee during the anthem. He's great. Mm-hmm. It ain't about that knee. It's about listen, them owners, one thing that rises above everything, that paper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only that ain't none of them afraid of it. Ain't none of them afraid. I mean, the only thing they're afraid of is the ain't none of them. They don't care about what they don't care about that. They ain't.
No, well, it's the backlash with the fan base and who the fan base is.
That's all they care. If they had a city like Pittsburgh that was yelling, "We want them," and they didn't care if all other cities didn't want them. If Pittsburgh was coming out, Pittsburgh owner is going to get them.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. You got how many people stormed the Capitol on January 6, 2021?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
a lot of them is football fans.
Western Pennsylvania.
So it's not about that to me. I think it's just about if he was. Because it was brothers that kneel next to him that's still playing.
Still in the league, yes.
They great. When you locking down the whole side, we find a way to overlook that knee. They was the brother that rolled with Cap to the very end. He got very end.
Eric.
Yeah,
Eric. I forgot his last name.
Yeah, he should still be in the league, but he paid for.
He paid.
He made an example.
He kept going though.
Yeah, he was in the league for a while though.
Yeah, but when they let him go, it's still like he still had a phenomenal year. And
his problem was that he had that issue with the brother from New Orleans, the safety from New Orleans,
Malcolm Jenkins.
Malcolm Jenkins. Kind of didn't relay. Malcolm Jenkins didn't relay a lot of the message that they had meetings with the owners and stuff like that. And as a player rep, Malcolm Jenkins spoke for all the players, and Eric Wright, I think his name is. He didn't agree with the fact that they settled with the NFL and without getting with the rest of the players union. They settled without the players union. Malcolm Jenkins took it upon himself to make a deal with the players union. And then when Eric Wright didn't fall in line with that decision, they ostracized him from the village.
Yeah, right.
And so he became less likable.
Right.
Yeah, because wasn't he on the board of
he was part of that coalition. And they didn't include him on that final decision. And I think that's what they had a falling out internally amongst the reps and the players union. And it just went sideways.
Divide and conquer sounds like.
Yeah, it just went sideways.
Yeah, and but there's layers to the conversation. Is can't really say this is why he's not in the league. For sure, because it's 32 different owners with their own opinions and what they want to do, right?
Yeah.
But that said, he looks good. We hope he gets in the league. It'd be a good look, I think. But
absolutely.
Good.
I
mean,
Rooney Rule, though.
Yeah.
The expanded Rooney Rule.
The expanded Rooney Rule.
The rule. They added all types of O's in that rule, right?
Yes, they did.
So all they did was just water down our opportunity, right? Because the only people not affected by that is still going to be the white male, right? So they add women to the fray, and then we argue about it, and they say, well, what about women? Are you against women? And they try to impose that into our plight, when the reality is it has nothing to do with women. For us, anyway, for black men to get jobs in the NFL as coaches, it has nothing to do with the women. So they added the women just to for really visual purposes. Because I mean, the other day I was watching ESPN, and again, it was a YouTube clip. So because I don't tune in, so it was a YouTube clip and something came on, and two sisters were breaking down the NFL or NBA or something like that, and I'm sitting there saying I'm happy that they're working, but at the same time, I just can't take this seriously no more. It's like it's just too much going on. We got to keep these things that really. This is not about them. It's not about equal rights for women. It's just about them hiring black men to coach football.
Black men to coach football.
Yeah.
It's the same playbook that they use for the rights movement and the women's movement.
Yeah.
And
it's crazy.
It worked once. Hey, let's do it again. And that's all it really was, because they had expanded the Rooney Rule from you had to interview one to you had to interview two. So now they expanded it. You still have to interview two, but it can be women as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm the owners, and I'm just going to be like, I'm going to interview two women now.
Yeah.
I done met the Rooney Rule.
Just to make sure.
And the crazy part about that is it's not enough women even in the position vying for those jobs or who have the experience.
No, they're going to be GMs. Trust me. They're going to be some female GMs in the league. In a second.
Just so I'm caught up on, I'm writing exactly about it. The Rooney Rule is this? My wife spoke about it. Was it just based on defense?
No. The Rooney Rule was established to make sure that I hate this word, but they use the word minority. Right.
Yes, we're interviewing.
I feel the same way about people of color.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Ultimately. But we talking about a league comprised of 70% black men over the last how many decades?
Yes.
Right. We are the reason why the NFL is such a popular sport.
True.
So we should be getting more consideration for these executive positions, head coaching positions. It shouldn't be as lopsided as it is. So we have this argument going on about the Rooney Rule and how it's being applied, and how African Americans specifically, but minorities in general, aren't getting enough looks. So, okay, we're going to amend it, right? We're going to expand it, right? And we're going to give women a shot too. But the problem is not between black men and women.
Right.
The problem is between white men and black men, because that's what we're talking about. White executives, white coaches, black players on the field.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So it wasn't, because I think she showed me something on the phone and I read it, and it said something about, it was about they must hire or must interview, I think it was for defensive coordinators.
Well, it's just interviews. They have to interview.
For head coaching position.
To go beyond just coaches.
It was just that coaching position.
And it's overall leadership in the organization. And if you already have people in those positions, it exempts you from it.
Right.
I think what you're saying, Ali, is that they're more likely to hire black coaches in the defensive position than the offensive because they feel that there's an intellectual barrier between
running an offense. So it's not written down where it's only for defense.
No.
That's what I was like. So, okay, proceed, you guys. I just had to get caught up on that. That's just, we know what that, what I'm saying? It's almost, that's really what that is. Like, we wasn't smart enough to quarterback at first, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a power struggle too. So once again, I'm just going to the reality of it. Like, okay, boom, we got to keep when, what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand it this way, but I understand if, they children we're the heroes. You know what I'm saying? They need to have something.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I agree with it. I understand how they're looking at it. They're looking like, yo, we're we're the strong, we look good. The cheerleaders looking at black men, or their kids are walking around doing that dance. That you know what I'm saying? It's just our culture is all in their house. They're trying to keep some type of, and it's only human nature. I don't, once again, I'm not agreeing with them and saying I see why you at home like. We got to keep this, or to keep the if the players are the most dominant for real, that's what they're doing. They get on the shine. At least you keep a white man right there looking like he's controlling it to the white family. It looks like
they're in charge.
They have some important. Yeah, they're in charge. They have some importance.
They're running the show.
But that script is getting old. It's getting tired, and it's running out of time because it's so see through. And apparent right now, there's no excuse why, there aren't more black head coaches and executives in the NFL set for racism. Now, what do we think about Tom Brady, Todd Bowles, that whole thing in Tampa Bay?
Well, see, that to me is the brilliance of the NFL owners, because every time they do something that they know is wrong and just is going to be seen in negative light, they come right back the next couple of days. Nobody thought Bruce Arians was going, move to the office or wherever he is now. And Todd Bowles, everybody's been talking about for a few years, should be a head coach, and boom, it happens right after this Rooney Rule changes come about. So that's just great PR on their behalf. I think they do an excellent job and had great timing. So
it's a fire extinguisher.
Yeah,
they're spraying out the fire right now. They're like, "Whew, we got that one." Yep.
Wow.
Even Deshaun Watson, right? It's a when you give a man 230, all of it, and you give him that, you're sending a message, because now that's the going rate, right? So if you're a top quarterback, that's you're gonna get guaranteed money. But the problem is now the NFL was saying about his suspension, and somebody made a good point, and I had to laugh because it's so true. When a white guy is single, has 22 girlfriends, he's called the Bachelor on the show. But with a black guy like Deshaun does it, and he's a criminal. He's a criminal. So we make a TV show and call this guy cool, but Deshaun Watson, who has no kids, no wife, no girlfriend, nothing like that, just $40 million in his pocket, he a criminal. I'm just saying.
Don't sleep. There was a black bachelor this time. Now, don't get it twisted.
But he was gay. We waited 20 years to get a black bachelor, and he was gay.
They did that on purpose, yo.
Yeah. They did. Absolutely. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting that how somebody put that out there. I was like, that is very true.
The owners to me are being around a few of them and just getting that little small percentage that we got of the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah,
we were first. Then Jay, then Usher with Cleveland. Then Bob did that, and then when he sold it, he put in the situation that we couldn't be like taken out. Mike had to keep us, so he having dinner with Mike was great. Yeah, being around that situation, I don't want to diminish or water it down. It's something we know. And I'm just going to just repeat it. Is that it's just about the paper with them. It is about the paper with them. It's like they're like Coach said. They're only trying to pacify everything. So one thing happened, boom, come Monday, you're gonna do this. You're gonna like try to please everybody. They're just trying to just keep getting the paper coming in to where sometimes we can take it. Everybody's taking it personal. White's taking it personal, black's taking it personal. The Asians are somewhere like, well, ain't no Asians in it. So I'm not trying to water it down. I'm saying that themselves, they are just, I don't want to give them any type of moral standard.
Right.
They don't have none. It's about the money.
That's money.
all. That's their God. It's completely the money. If they told them that if the fans was packed in the house and it was all dogs playing, they would have all dogs. It wouldn't.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And the significance of the women piece is women are the largest group of fans for football.
Mm-hmm.
As well as that's why ESPN, I think Wes, you were mentioning watching the clip of ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
So many now of the commentators or analysts, whatever, on ESPN, because women actually are the largest segment that are actually watching it. You know, we watch clips now where women are watching the whole show.
Really? They're watching the whole show.
You know, instead of watching, you know, The View or whatever else, you know, might be on during that time. They're watching Sports Center. They're watching, you know, First Take, and every show on ESPN, I believe, has a female host or co-host. And in every, I think every sport outside of, I'm not sure on hockey because I know nothing about hockey. There is a expert or analyst that is female. And
all right. So you know this screen's about to get smaller because I gotta find a woman now to hop in his conversation so we can.
Also to add on is that you got
right. So
you got what Coach is saying is also like a woman. If they're basing off like the Nielsen rating type of thing. So a woman is that they're basing off is always middle American housewives and things like that. Her husband gets up, he might click on Sports Center. She just leaves it on.
Right.
As she goes downstairs and cooks. I mean, whatever she does, that's a big part of because I don't watch it. Just repeats and repeats and repeats. And you know, we watch clips where it's just playing, and they're basing off the household at that time of day, who's home, and she's downstairs or wouldn't, and it's still running upstairs over and over. Yeah, you know, because I mean, just to add on to what he was saying, it's strange right now in all the aspect of hockey. Because I'm from St. Louis, so the Blues is big. We're big on hockey too. You know what I'm saying? I'm invested in that as far as like my mind and knowing the young hockey players and being, you know what I'm saying, just being invested in it because we started that too. You know what I'm saying? To where that's the fight thing. Like if you could fight in that sport, you can't even look hard in basketball.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't have black men on TV fighting. It's just certain things that my pops taught me. It's like everything that we're saying, once we like know something, it's like, okay, we know that now. Like, what are we going to do? You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I don't want to ever count, but just for purpose of television shows, like, man, so we can't do nothing but brag on having $1 billion. I ain't talking about nobody in particular. So, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got $1 billion. So I always can say barbershop talk what I would do. Yeah, I know if I had $1 billion, I could give up 40, you know what I'm saying, the owner, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we can't, because I knew, I was saying years ago, like, when there was the Kaepernick situation, I was going straight to the gut because Ferguson, Ferguson, yeah. So Ferguson was going on, and then they had us come out, and I've been protesting my whole. So I'm like, yo, I know about this. I ain't never really sold no dope. I can't cook up nothing, but I can tell you about this. You know what I'm saying? Yo, y'all want to create some change? Do this. And they didn't really want to listen. I'm saying, if you dead serious, are we serious? We dead serious. Okay, cool. Take your child out of Pee Wee now. Fuck with their future.
Yep.
Don't give a fuck about nothing else. Take all blacks. Take your children out of JFL, what we call JFL in St. Louis, Junior Football League, and then Pee Wee League over the world. You know what I'm saying? Take them out now in the masses. Watch how shit get to change. You fucking with their future.
Yep.
But everybody now is the power, and the shit starts to transition. I could target one person. Take your son out. You complain and take your son out right now. Well, I don't taking my son out ain't really going. Y'all bullshit. Y'all just want to protest with a DJ here. Y'all want to sell t-shirts. You ain't dead ass serious. You ain't dead ass serious. You dead ass serious. It's gonna hurt. My daughter plays soccer, and if I had to take her out, in order for us to be a better people, it's going to have to be a sacrifice.
Gotta give up something.
Sacrifice.
That's a hard word to implement.
Boy. Especially when he might, little Daryl, he fast. He 9 years old. Little Daryl 9, he gonna play linebacker when he get he don't even play running back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and just to build off that point, right, fast, bro. Just all things, right? All things move forward from sacrifice.
yes.
When something's being sacrificed, you know something bigger is about to happen.
Yes. Truly.
Yeah.
And we're afraid to sacrifice.
We're afraid to say we're only at this point, only one will sacrifice. Collectively, we will not make a sacrifice.
We're still
We will sacrifice one, but we're not going to do it collectively.
Yeah,
somebody will sacrifice one.
Well, right.
One will be sacrificed.
Somebody's being sacrificed.
But we won't sacrifice. We won't.
I know.
We want to illuminate amongst each other.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do it in the hood. We'll have secrets in the hood and all that. You know what I'm saying? We won't come together and illuminate amongst each other. We won't sacrifice, symbolically speaking. No. You know what I'm saying? We won't do it. I'm tired. I'm 50. I'm tired of playing. I'm getting grumpy and old. I still got a little play in me. Like, okay, that's cool. I didn't deal with Kevin Samuels as long as I could without saying nothing. Like, I'm trying to deal with, like, you know what I'm saying? I got daughters. I got 5 sisters. I got, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, whoa. And he's 100% right. Your delivery sucks. Mm-hmm. The delivery's evil.
Yeah.
The deliveries was evil. You can always bring the truth, but if you're going, you know,
he's not trying to help people. He's not trying to help people. You could lead people the wrong way with facts.
Yeah, but he wants to be polarizing. That's all intentional. He wants to be polarized.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Memorable.
Well, that's how you get the bag. That's how you get the bag.
Yeah, but it's like you degrade people, right? Who are actually sacrificing themselves for his agenda.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And we kind of want to learn something. And I'm saying I could take exactly what he's saying, repeat it, yet you must first, you can never, anytime you build, something is destroyed simultaneously. Period. If I build you a house right now, I just destroyed a blank space.
Yeah.
So he's destroying first. You can't come in destroying. Like you got women at your, you know what I'm saying? The same thing you're saying, Kevin, say it like, I don't want to try to coach you, bro. Like, yo, you didn't have to, what the fuck? You like, damn, you could have kept that out. You didn't need that. You could have got your same point across without being like, now what the fuck do you think he gonna want from you? And you got 3 goddamn kids. How much you weigh? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Like, okay, so you know what I'm saying? But hold on, sister. I understand you got 3 kids. Now listen, you got 3 kids. Now listen, you're a beautiful woman. Now let's listen to the truth. Now listen, you got 3 kids. You heavy,
and the weight a little heavy, a little heavy.
We like that. Some brothers don't, but you gotta be ready to digest yourself. You know what I'm saying? Damn, dog, you like, you know what I'm saying? How much you weigh? How much you weigh? You in competition with them, bro. How you get? No,
yo, when I saw I saw the second video I saw from him, he started counting and he bent his finger back. I was like, okay, I'm not watching no more. I already see what that's about. I'm good.
I don't want to go there on the man.
He bent his finger back. Like,
I'm like, bro, like, I don't want to go there on you because I've never seen that. Pop said, don't do that. Don't never say that's the worst thing you can say about a man. Yet we like, man, bro, how do you? I'm joking amongst my fellas right now, even though people are watching. I'm like, we all like, how do you get up every day? Clip, right? You got a skull cap on. I need a haircut. He still came. I need a cut. Told you might need wedge, you might need a new shade. How you do that every day? I'm talking about. I can't. I'm telling y'all. I'm sitting like this, y'all. Like all of us are trying like you just like.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, a lot of effort.
It's like you're in competition with them, and the only people with me having daughters and my wife and all that. They got friends that that way. So the friends, my daughter 21, popular, pretty. It's always 1 or 2. She got this girl. You kill them, and you know what I'm saying. So and they all that same type of attitude, that aggressive man still in there, but it's like you kind of
Ali. You mind if we talk about the Final Four? I'm gonna switch on over here.
Yeah, I would have been talking different. I would have been talking different.
You talk about the Final Four.
My nephew plays for Arkansas, so I would have been talking different.
Word?
Yeah. My nephew, KK Robinson.
Okay.
Yeah, he came. So then he got KK Robinson, and I got Case and his little brother, brother under him. Then already about to commit to some couple of places. This is the one that's in 9th grade now. That's
it's in the blood, bro.
Kellen Robinson, shooting 58% from the tray line. Wow. Where his older brother was the player of the year in the not the WAC. It's like the Bible. Player of the year, the older brother, he's 23. Then KK is at University of Arkansas. He came in with Mooney and D4. They came in together, natural 4.
Okay.
Natural 4. Them 4.
Now, do the youngest one want to transfer to a high school in Jersey?
Nah, if he doing any transfer, he going to Bradley Bill Elite. He going down to St. Louis, shipping to St. Louis.
I wouldn't mind getting him over here to Jersey. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, the young boy, but they ain't even the youngest one. It's one up under him.
Oh,
my wife's sister has 5 boys.
Oh, got
all of them. Hey. I'm talking about. So let's talk about the Final Four because we was almost there though. We beat Gonzaga.
Yeah.
The Duke got us.
Yeah, we all picked that St. Peter's. St. Peter's came through that first game.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. And Sha got, he had his press conference today with Seton Hall.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So
he got the job already.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was lined up for him pretty much, right?
Yeah, they were just waiting a couple days. They're doing a parade here in Jersey City on Friday for St. Peter's.
That's beautiful.
That's nice.
That's dope.
That's dope. That's what I'm rooting. You know what I'm saying? That was beautiful. It caught me way off guard.
Definitely the story of the tournament so far. I mean, Duke and Krzyzewski, they're making a run, but St. Peter's, that was a great story.
Yeah,
that sure was.
Yeah, but I mean, I just want to know how is North Carolina and Duke, was considering Krzyzewski's last year, the history, the story, the Final Four, they're in it. Playing each other. That's kind of crazy, bro.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but but you kind of could see this coming. Like Krzyzewski in the Final Four. I don't think anyone saw them playing Carolina in the Final Four. That's never happened before. I don't know, but it happens in his last year, and it happens after he got beat in his last game at Cameron. I mean, you can't write a better story.
No, you can't. Put him in the championship, I guess.
But where's the destiny though? Will Duke get their sweet revenge, or will Carolina bury him? I think Duke is a better team now, and I think they're playing better now. I think they're gonna get back at them.
But Carolina's playing better now too.
They are. You're right.
But
you're right.
The story is too good. He's going out
Duke, champion. Yeah, I think Duke will get some help.
Oh yeah,
they'll get some help.
Yeah, he's got 3 guys in striped shirts that's going to help him.
He's going to get some help.
West people be on the take. So it's going. I don't see how Duke doesn't win the championship at this point.
I think they'll beat Carolina, but I can't see anybody beating Kansas, to be honest with you. I think Kansas is going to get them. Kansas, top to bottom, I think is the most talented team.
Yeah,
left.
I think so too.
I agree with that.
They're my only Final Four team left after the first weekend, but I think they're good. I think they will probably have the refs calling it even.
No such thing when you're playing Krzyzewski.
Listen, everybody knows that if you're the visiting team, if you're the opposing team against Duke and you take a charge, it's a block. Wow. Everybody knows that when you go to the basket, it's a charge if they fall. If you play a Duke, it's just no question about it.
It's like I'm a Patriots fan, and we gonna cheat.
Yeah. It's part of sports, and it's a given. There's no need to even debate it at this point. And I just don't see Duke losing.
Yeah, I got Duke. I picked Duke to win it all. So now it's that was my champion from the beginning.
Yeah, I think Duke. I don't think they should be Kansas, but I think they could be Kansas with them help.
Yeah, I think Kansas is the best team left. Obviously. Yeah, I agree.
The way that we love sports and everything, it would be a dope. It would be kind of dope to see it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna make it that way. If they're, what I'm saying, it's kind of fall into like what we like. You know what I'm saying? Kind of what people want to see him going out and him.
Yeah, that just shows the respect that he actually has. And it also shows that, like, this whole panel, we're bigger than just the, people see 5 faces that look like this and they think we anti something, right? But no, we're just sports fans and we call it like it is. We don't just fall into the trap of thinking that everything is bias or anything like that. But, this guy can coach. He's done it in four different decades. And so, you gotta pay respect to that. There's something to be said about that. And you don't hear kids coming out that program saying anything negative about him. And then you add to the fact that he had his Michael Jordan stint where he retired for a year and they were garbage. And then he came back and they went right back to the top again. So it's something to be said about him as a coach.
Only thing bad about him is he's from Chicago. That's our rival, Chicago. Other than that, because he got Jason Tatum up there and was like, "Oh, you acting like a little soft St. Louis kid." What? Jason came up 28 next half.
Yeah.
That dude from Chicago would say that he knew how to.
Tatum will he'll give you 50 if you need him.
And his daddy will give you 50.
He knows how to motivate these kids. And look, he's going to have the best player on the floor in all these games.
Oh yeah,
Paolo is.
Yeah, it's the best. Yeah.
Old Baji, that cat. I was better than him.
I watched the game the other day against Florida, and this dude has NBA. The dude at Duke has NBA stud written all over him. Yeah. That dude in the Florida game, he got lost for a little while. It was impressive what they did in the second half. I mean, they just crushed Miami in the second half. But
Remy Martin is playing really, really well for.
Yeah, Remy Martin is playing good. He's good though. But I think the other kid in Duke is the best player in the tournament.
Yeah, I've seen the kid from Kansas disappearing.
I think the team is better than Kansas though.
Yeah. Kansas has a better team for sure.
Kansas definitely has a better team.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
was going to ask y'all a question. I was in terms of basketball, and it kind of brought a tear to my was trickling down my cheek. I was watching the Rise of the Lakers on HBO, and Jack McKinney. I've been saying this until I'm blue. Can't get blue in the face, but I've been saying this forever. Everybody always talks about how the game's changed and we gotta respect change and da. Jack McKinney put the tape on the day he got hired when Magic was a rookie. And Nixon and Kareem were there, and Adrian Dantley was on the Lakers. I didn't know that, right? All of them were in the locker room.
I didn't get to this episode yet. Y'all killing me.
Okay, I'm gonna point out one thing though. Is he just broke down how they were playing, and he said they were playing slow. They weren't getting enough possessions. You have to work the ball, team basketball, quick passes, and we're gonna run, and we're gonna play fast. Fast forward to 2016 or 15 when the Golden State Warriors started playing fast and getting a lot of possessions. They were the innovators of this. No, they weren't. Basketball is still the same. They just shoot 3-pointers now. They didn't shoot 3-pointers back in the day, but they ran. Jack McKinney had that in play. In fact, his system won a championship with Bill Walton at center in 1977 with Portland Trail Blazers. That's how he got the job with the Lakers.
Yeah. And he straight up
it's already a proven victory playing that way. So everybody kind of crapped on the fast breaking and all the 3-point boy. They've been doing that. They've been doing that for 40 years.
And it was always a big three.
It was always a big three.
Yep, always been a big three.
It's always been a big three.
Yeah, there's always been a big three.
How did the Lakers get the number 1 pick? Worthy.
They got worthy because I didn't. This is not on the show because I didn't see that, but I had to go look it up. Because I was like, how the hell they get worthy? They traded Dan Ford and Butch Lee, who's the kid on St. Peter's dad, son. They traded Lee, and they got Cleveland's Dan Ford was some white dude I don't know about, and Butch Lee, but they got Cleveland's first round draft pick. And that year in '81, Cleveland finished 15 and 60, whatever, 67. And so they finished dead last, and the Lakers got the number one pick. They did it in '79, and they had or '80, and they had that pick in '82. Yep, and Cleveland had a bad year. Yeah, but it was worthy. It turned into James Worthy.
Magic Worthy. That's a big Kareem.
Well, even before that, they had Nixon, Magic, and Kareem.
Yeah,
they got the Nixon, and you still had Jamal Wilkes.
And still had Michael Cooper.
Michael Cooper was a little late. That was what year was Michael Cooper?
They drafted Michael Cooper the year before they got Magic.
Yeah, he was there when Magic got there.
They had Cooper the year before Magic. Yeah, he was a rookie.
We're gonna
before
kill it.
Magic.
You gotta watch it.
Yeah.
It's interesting. You gotta watch it.
It's good because it's not about mom and apple pie.
Nah, it's not about that.
They putting out some light on stuff.
The AIDS.
Yeah.
Well,
they getting into it.
I wanted to bring this up, the series up, because I've seen the first 3 episodes, and just the way it starts, of course, with AIDS, and then it goes backwards.
Yeah.
But Jerry Buss, how he's presented, and they're basically giving you the skinny of the times of what was going on in LA, Hollywood, what have you. They're showing you he's in the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah.
With the whole, the orgy popping off. Mm-hmm. He walks out, girl asleep, dude rolls over. That's rape, right? That's what we accuse him motherfuckers of, right? And it's going on right now in this dude's house. And he gets to die a hero. But I'm not saying he shouldn't be a hero. Right. Not saying that. I'm saying it's just the dichotomy on how we look at a person.
How we view it. How we look at it.
Bill Cosby.
Oh, we ain't even looking at it all the way. I'm talking about, man, if you say before we leave this house, are we gonna have sex when we get back? Yes. She can sign a paper. When she go out and we drink, that whole contract that changes everything. Yep. That's rape.
Yep.
When we get back. She can that's so believe me right now. That's that whole thing.
That was amazing to me that it like they're giving you the whole play. Like this is what went on. Look. Right. And everybody got to sign off. Like Magic, you seeing his story. He was a wild boy out there in Michigan.
Wild boy.
Wait till you see the next episode, huh? Wait till you see the next episode. You see
episode 4.
Wow. When he met Zastro?
No, he's got to see
you see how while he really is, but you also see Jerry Buss keeps a binder of women.
Yep.
That's how he started the Laker girls.
And his daughter,
Jenny did that shit.
Is the one who finds it and says,
I got more respect for her now.
Yeah, this is what we need to do. The whole Laker girls thing comes from her.
Yes.
I can't wait.
I got more respect. This is the truth. I have more respect for Buss. I have more respect for Jenny, period. That's Jenny, period.
Yeah, Jenny's a G.
She was coming off like just a trust fund person, child.
Nah, she wanted to be.
Yeah. And she was like, okay, once they get the dog on her out, and she went on ahead. Okay, y'all want me to talk up? This is what we need. Let's take it all the way there. He wants this, and this, and the lady. It kind of came together. This is dope. I don't even want to spoil it, but
okay.
Well, particularly since we should be talking about how the Lakers are on the brink of on the outside looking in of the play-in, which we called last week, because last week, remember, they were firmly in 9th place. Now,
I said they wasn't going to make the playoffs like 6 weeks ago.
And now they're sitting outside the box. Actually, they're half game up on San Antonio, but if San Antonio wins, they own all the tiebreakers. So the Lakers won't make the playoffs.
They're not making it.
No.
LeBron is out until Friday, I think. I think he's out till Friday.
Nah, it's a wrap, bro.
Yeah,
It's over.
He
He might
knows
not win
it.
another game.
Yeah, he knows it. He knows it. LeBron, though, he been to it.
He might have gone over to Cleveland, but he's waiting on Bronny, right?
that's not happening either. He needs to get that out of his mind. Bronny is not good enough to be one and done.
That's what I said.
He's not good enough.
He's not good enough to be a one and done. He's not a one and done player.
He's not even a 5-star prospect in high school. He's a 4-star. There's never been a 4-star prospect that's been drafted after 1 year.
Except for,
I've seen him.
How many named Bronny James though?
It doesn't.
Marketing and promotion.
It goes back to what Ali said. It's about money. They're not going to waste a draft pick. Not a draft pick.
Not for if they could just pay for 2 or 3 games, they should just because it'll be hype. It's like Lonzo when he came, it'll be some hype.
But Lonzo was good.
Yeah, but
Lonzo could play basketball. He just has kind of disappointed a little bit. I mean, he actually was a top 10 dude coming out of high school.
Yeah.
So he's still balling. He just can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's balling now.
Real quick, the dad, who I love and is smart man, he wasn't selling us Zoe or Mello. He was selling Jello.
Right.
Yeah.
He was always selling us Jello. He wasn't. He knew they was going.
Yeah.
He knew what a week when he knew because of the height and the size and how he carried weight and just watching the backyard, he knew who he was selling. So he sold all 3 because that baby boy was.
He's next level.
He's Steph Curry.
That's the same thing with LeBron.
He's next level.
Bryce is the one that's actually more talented. Bryce is 13 doing windmill dunks.
Yeah, the younger one.
The younger
one.
The
youngest one. Yeah.
And Bronny just did a windmill dunk this year.
And Bronny just started to get. I said the other day he jumped a little high. He ain't just getting that. His dad was huge by now.
Yeah, his dad was 6'7", 2 something by then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're coming up short on that end.
Yeah.
So I was wondering that with LeBron, but with the Lakers, and it's just a bad look. And then Westbrook is going through something. He's going through something mentally. Like, he shot a jumper the other night. It didn't airball, but it was like he just don't look confident unless he's going to the rim. Yeah. At all. Yep. I think
that's all he should do, really. Because he's lost his shot.
Yeah, he's lost his shot. His confidence is shook.
But that's his fault. He hasn't practiced his shot since he's been in the league. So if you don't practice something, of course you're not going to have confidence in it.
Indeed.
It's sad, man. I don't even want to talk about Russell Westbrook because just watching it, like you said, it's sad. He can't buy a shot and he keeps shooting.
He's just mentally done and he's fighting it versus I think if he would do himself a big favor just by even saying, you know what, I stink right now.
Yeah, lean into
that'll take the pressure off. He just keeps on being defiant and it's just building up. It builds up. It gets even worse every night.
What I'm afraid of is saying anything and that bullshit, not bullshit in that way, then that shit starts gelling. I'm just afraid of being out there like, man, and all of a sudden, LeBron.
When is AD supposed to come back?
I think it was next week. Next week. Yeah.
This is unbelievable. We can't. If we was to say 3 or 4 years ago, to say, this is going to be a team. And they were going, you see what I'm saying? We talking about Melo, AD, Westbrook, LeBron. Who am I forgetting? That's just that name. Those 4 alone. It would be like, that's cheating. There's no way you're gonna have Westbrook and Melo and
it's like something you make up on 2K.
And you got Dwight Howard.
Wow.
It's been like it's made up.
Yep.
No, you just said it. You said it yourself. Those 4 are top 75 players on the list that we just put out.
Yep.
They all on it.
Yep. And they're not gonna make the playoffs.
Not gonna make the playoffs. I think probably I never let Rondo go. Never let Rondo go. Rondo's a floor general.
He's a winner.
One of the greatest. Boy, I'm talking about.
He's a winner.
Winner.
I don't think he would have allowed them to get to this point. He might have slapped Westbrook like snap out of it.
Yeah, he could
Yeah.
snap,
That's what he would
He
have
would have
done. He
definitely
would
put
have.
his hands on Westbrook by now.
and
Maybe
he would have
Will Smith
delivered the
get-
ball
Will
with
Smith
after that. After
Yeah.
going off,
Too
in
early.
the locker
Will
room, getting
Smith
into
them.
it, and then delivering the ball. I'm like, come on,
Will Smith them.
Will Smith him. And then dropping him off the pass, and then when he hit it, and like, that's what I'm talking about. Just
Right.
giving it that. See, LeBron will.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
it's disheartening. Yeah. Oh yeah, his body language.
Body
language.
language. His body
His
language.
the way, yeah, he shows
He's
frustration. He shows his disappointment. He shows his anger.
Well,
He
even
shows
in
it.
press conferences now, he was disrespectful the other day. They asked him about, making the playoffs, the playing game, and he said, we're trying to play this game like it's a playoff game, and none of these guys have been through that, which is disrespectful. And he said, he mentioned the Horton kid. Horton kid was on that championship squad in the bubble. So
Yeah, he
he
was.
has been through the playoffs and has been through that kind of environment and everything. So, you can't do that to the guys who you need to support you and pick you up and help you. You can't tear them down.
Yeah, I think he gave up.
Yeah, I think he's saving his face now at this point.
Yeah.
It ain't me. And then,
So what's the next step? What do the Lakers do for next year?
Well, after watching Winning Time, Jenny Buss gonna make some changes.
Yeah. And after watching the game I watched the other day against Dallas, oh man, it's like
Did they score like 80 in the first half or something?
Yeah,
Crazy?
if y'all don't get
82.
back soon. If y'all don't get back soon, it's just y'all ain't gonna have no type of the mental game left because that was,
I think Pelinka's gone. I think Vogel's gone.
Well, they gotta try to figure out how to make Westbrook gone. I mean, that contract ain't gonna be easy to move.
The problem with the Lakers is just strictly from a basketball standpoint. No matter what, only 3 guys are going to be playing defense at any particular time on the court. 2 are not. And if Melo's in the game, you got 3 that's not.
right.
You can't win. You just can't win.
It's crazy.
We got them all shooter scores and control the ball. Westbrook needs the ball in his hand. Melo needs the ball. I mean,
They don't defend.
No, they don't defend.
And their coaching staff, Vogel's supposed to be a defensive coach, and he can't get them to defend. The rest of their coaches are actually offensive coaches. They probably got some of the best player development, offensive coaching minds in the league on the sidelines. And they can't really score.
They're just old.
It's old, yes. It's the age. It can't
When that
move.
one and done now has slid everything down. You're 34, 35, you're old.
You're
old. Like old.
You're supposed to be an assistant coach at that point.
And if you're 37, you ancient.
You ancient. To where, like Pat Riley's on the show talking about that. Like, I'm 34. I'm like, damn, you done?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, damn, he was like, but when they slid up that, coming out of high school and one and dones and all that now, Larry Hughes, he was nice, 34, he was done. You know what I'm saying? He was St. Louis. Was like, damn, you done. Like, nah, you could have easy. Back in the day, Tree Rollins, when I was young, he was still 41. But they were smoking cigarettes at halftime and drinking, you know what I'm saying?
He said smoke.
Big Tree.
Yeah, they were doing
Cognac, smoking cigarettes, everything. The game has changed, man.
Yeah, and from that perspective, for sure.
Yeah, these kids are 19 years old. LeBron is playing against kids that was on his son's high school team.
Yep. And they're just fast.
Yeah.
They're just faster. Like if you watch an NBA game, it's just, and you watch a college game and NBA game, it's just slower.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's part of the slowness is because they defend at the college level.
Yeah.
So defense slows everybody down, not just because they're playing defense, because you get tired. So the game is going to slow down too, because you exerting on both ends. So it's going to get slower. But it goes right back to the one thing that has changed is the want to for these dudes. Like, everybody watched the NBA back in the day. They were bad teams in the league. There were big threes. All that stuff is there before too. But in terms of competitive juices, there were way more teams like that played defense and offense versus like there were teams that sacrificed, like the Pistons. They had plenty of offense on their squad, but they would sacrifice offense in lieu of just wanting to play defense.
Yeah.
They just wanted to play defense.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, look, Dennis Rodman was a 20 to 25 point scorer in college and decided in the league he wasn't even going to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
He did that much better for rookie season doing like he was just so fast and jumping and dunking. After a while, it was just. But I think nowadays the game, the difference is like this for Steph Curry, for example, his whole life has been the 3-point.
Yeah,
his whole entire life.
Yeah,
his kitchen table, his shoes has been off a 3-point shot. That's what his dad did.
That's what his dad did.
Yeah. So he was born with a 3-point.
To be a 3-point shooter.
Yeah. Born with a 3-point line.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the brother. Look at to that point, the brother, right? I mean, Seth is right there.
Yeah. Right there. Yeah. And I'm talking about them boys, I'm talking about to where now, listen, I told my wife, I said, sweetie, these are Globetrotter shots. We used to go to the Globetrotters.
Put Globetrotters in. Yeah, I swear to God, I say the same thing. They put the Globetrotters to the league.
The league.
Steph is shooting from half court. Like it's a real shot.
Yes,
it's not like he's not just winging it. Nah, he got this.
Caitlin,
he's Metal Lark Lemon. This nigga is
Caitlin in Michigan doing it.
Yeah,
the girl, she yanking it from the logo. I mean, up in Iowa.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. I'm yanking it from the. I'm talking about, so girls are doing now. The whole game is just about that now. You got, imagine Kareem. I think he made 1 3. It was a sky hook. That's KD.
Sky hook 3.
There is a video.
Sky hook 3.
There is a video of Wilt Chamberlain. Just shooting around with some folks
from half court.
Half court, like way back, like behind the out of bounds line, shooting hooks. Just throwing it up, everything hitting on that. God, he's just.
Yep.
This is Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt Chamberlain.
That's why we looked at the old school basketball. It's not that they couldn't do these things. It's just that the game was different in terms of, it wasn't part of the game. There was more pride in playing the game. You know, when we watch the women's game, people say that actually the women's game is a better game.
Yeah.
Because it's not so much athleticism, i.e. entertainment. They're stuck to it's more how the game is played.
Yeah, they stick to it. They run the whole play all the way through. They run all the way through.
They're actually setting the screens.
Yep. They're setting the screens. And the only thing you got to deal with, I was talking to a brother today about everything is equal. I'm saying, nah, you can't do that. When you're coaching girls, it's different. It's a factor in that, like that you gotta think about, like, yo, is she on her period? You know what I'm saying? That makes a difference than just a guy. And I was talking to a brother today about that, about just everything being equal. Like, no, we're not. You know, I can't have no baby. Stop saying shit like that. Yeah.
Well, equality doesn't mean same.
No.
See, that's the thing is equality. We talking about balance. We talking about balance, right? And to that point, we see a movement within sports where people who used to be male are changing. I'm not saying to compete, but they're competing in women's sports, and it's just something hard to digest.
And we're nervous to talk about it.
Yeah,
we are like, damn, that's where we at now.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I got daughters. I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm saying something if Darryl could bring his ass over my daughter's soccer game and kick that son bitch with a man leg still and hit my daughter in the face.
Yeah, I think some state
with a man leg.
Some state just passed a rule that
she got a man
leg. You can't do it in high school right now. You gotta play whatever gender you were born. That's
right.
do. I feel stated it.
Yeah, well, I know. You know, my high school alma mater. It was actually not my alma mater. There's two high schools in the town I grew up in. I grew up in East Orange with Naughty, and yeah, one side was East Orange High School, other side is Clifford J. Scott. Exactly.
Sure.
All love. It was big sports rivalry, but never no like beef. It wasn't nothing like that. None. It was, it was pretty cool. It was up the hill, down the hill. Now it's one high school. It's East Orange Campus High School. They took both sides, put them together, and that made our high school a sports behemoth in the state of New Jersey. We just won the state championship.
That's debatable. That's debatable.
A basketball? Come on, dude. Come on. Hey, watch yourselves, young. But anyway, they had a female playing running back on the squad this year, and they won the states. Yeah, they won state championship. The group 4, I don't know the division, all that stuff, but it's it's a big grouping in the state of New Jersey. And had a sister playing tailback. She didn't start, but she did get some run throughout the season. And I definitely salute the open-mindedness of my alma mater in the city and that whole thing. But at the same time, man, women playing football.
If that's that step up, that's that's a hat tip. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can step up and do this, this is a Wanda. What's that movie called?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's that. You know what I'm saying? To go down like that, like yo,
Juwanna Man.
Juwanna Man. Like going up is something different. There's one woman that plays in the NBA, right?
They pick up Juwanna Man.
It was one woman that played.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, that's a hat tip. Like, yo, if you can do this and you're okay, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of like she going for 4 yards, 5 yards. She going, and that's not moving down. That's going up. And like, that just be realistically in sports, we're stronger and everything. Now in school, they might be, you know what I'm saying, smarter. I don't know. I'm saying, but in sports, we're stronger. So that's a go up, but to go down just because this is what I choose.
Yeah,
I ain't got no I'm so hypocritical with things when it comes to that because you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like,
but they can't be coming in here with no man legs.
I mean, it's actually, I added another conversation to the original conversation, and it's actually 2 different conversations, right? Yeah. The transgender thing is like, it's just you're stronger. The testosterone is the thing. They got actually a woman from Africa who's I think a triathlete leader. She's a runner, and she tests high for testosterone.
And they would not let her compete.
But she's a woman. Like she's born a woman. She's not trying to compete outside of the gender she was born. Right. She just tests high for testosterone.
Yeah.
Right? They eliminated her from competing. She can't compete.
Yep.
And I know we're talking about that's not the same thing as this, I guess, high school Iowa athletics. It would be a different conversation because it's not the same thing. But it's just that we're making ways for this to happen. A man who's born with testosterone and allowing him to compete with women who have no testosterone.
Now, I'm not fully knowledgeable on this.
Normal levels of testosterone.
Maybe one of you guys can help me. The swimmer who is competing as a woman,
Leah Thomas.
Have they had a sex change or anything?
Nah, he's still swinging. Matter of fact,
because I do know from what I've read, they competed 2 years ago
on the men's team
as a man, and he was ranked 464.
Right
now, he's number 1.
Right.
Now, see, that's just problematic.
That's just some bullshit. That's
Juwanna Man right there.
Yeah.
He was out the league, and then he became the WNBA Michael Jordan.
Yeah, like
you couldn't have told us when Juwanna Man came out we would ever see that.
Well, no, that's what they were preparing us for it then.
Yeah. They got they did the article, right? It got the article. He's standing on the block like he's shivering, right? You look at the baby suit, and he's like, John Holmes out this podcast.
Yeah. And the meme was funny. He was like, yo, everybody don't like it.
The girls on the team, and they're like, no, we feel uncomfortable because he drops his shorts in front of us. And like he's still walking around with the jewelry.
See, that's the part that had me confused.
No, but my boy Seth, he was like, yo, Hakeem, he's the most uncomfortable thing about the conversation for him was, and for myself, is that the majority of them haven't had the operation.
Yeah.
Like Caitlyn Jenner.
See, I respect.
He's still walking around.
Nah.
He's still walking around with the package.
No, I thought Caitlyn had the surgery.
Nah, did they? I don't know. I don't know that.
I thought she did too.
Yeah, I think Caitlyn.
Finally did it.
Yeah, I think Caitlyn.
Caitlyn Jenner did do it.
Which definitely they have the money.
You know,
most people they don't have the money.
My wife said, she said,
no more weed.
He thought about it, but it's still like women though, so he kept it right now. You said what?
Yeah, he still got it. He got an operation.
Oh,
nah, he still. But that's another thing. I'm not saying that for these other folks it's all sexual. It costs a lot of money to have the operation. The treatment, you got to live the counseling
years like that.
Yeah, it's not like you just one day it's
the counseling.
Yeah, you gotta get counseling.
For what?
Because it's
you uncomfortable,
right? It never changes, and that's the thing that
you can't be uncomfortable. Now I'm confused again.
Exactly. It was that
you're gonna be uncomfortable.
Nah, because they what they're saying is that it's actually not a fix for the psychological thing. Like there's a psychology that goes along with changing physically. Right.
But you ain't changing.
He did it. Bruce Jenner did it in 2017.
He did it.
We take that back. He did it.
So I'm saying, but you ain't changing. That's why we allowing it. That's who you are.
You say you are, yeah.
Yeah, he did do it. She said the same thing. Yeah, 2017.
But physically they're saying that that body doesn't belong to them. There's something, they are something else in another body.
Right.
So you would think that by changing into the body you're supposed to be in, that would fix it, but it doesn't, because how do you feel like something you're not? You can't. You if you're not that thing,
right? You're not that.
You don't know what that thing feels like because you're not that thing.
Right. Well, you can't keep telling us you that thing then. You can't. I know it's crazy things we're saying, the thinking, but I'm saying if we're riding off any gas that we didn't took off, and we're like, okay, fuck it. You say you this, all right, come on, cool, fuck it. Now I would think if cutting that off or adding one on for whoever, you know what I'm saying, would help you to be who you are inside, who you feel like. That's what I would think. Now you're telling me that after you get that cut off, now you got to deal with, it's gone. Like, damn, you wasn't sure?
No. It's not. Well, I can't say because I'm not that. But
right.
It's a bunch of things more than just the thing is gone. Like it's anything like trying to.
See, ain't that difficult?
It's still if you have major surgery, there's still a process you get to being even mentally right. You just don't wake up mentally right. You still go through a process. So I'm not trying to minimize that thing, and I don't know what that thing is because I'm not it. But what they're saying is that there's counseling that goes along with it to help the person transition to who they think they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can we get back to sports?
That's right.
Please.
Okay.
So in the East, we got the Heat is still number one, right?
Slim margin. They got a 2-game lead.
Let me get caught up with y'all.
And the Bucks and Philly had a game last night, and Giannis blocked Embiid's shot at the end.
Yeah, the Bucks are playing the Nets tonight, I believe.
Yeah.
Philly is coming off like what if?
And Philly, James Harden is just. I think he's partying too much or something. I don't know.
Wes, there you go.
Nah, it's still a regular season. I'm just saying, everybody just like he could change his dynamic too in one fell swoop, right? We just watched Matthew Stafford change his dynamic, right? Harden can do the same thing.
Yeah, but
the difference is Stafford got players around him. Harden has always had players around him.
True. And the difference is Harden is at least by statistics getting worse and not getting any better. Like they're saying his blow by percentage when he was at his best and or the top of his game, he was between like an 80 to 89% blow by percentage. They said this year he's down to like 40%. He's like the bottom level in the league. So if he's not getting by cats, that ISO is not working. So it's a short sample size we're seeing in Philly right now. So for them to hopefully keep it up and do something in the playoffs is going to be a tall task.
Harden is washed. I'm going to say it.
Yeah, he may be.
He's washed. First of all, no, and the reason I say that, all the partying, all the weight gain and loss is taking a toll on his body. It's over.
How old is he?
34.
30, I always say, once you hang with them rappers, it's over.
Yeah. He hanging out with Lil Baby. Lil Baby, what, 20-something years old?
22. The baby was born in 1994. Man, I was damn. I thought about that this morning. I promise you, I seen it. Like he's born 1994. Damn, come on, man.
I was 3 years removed from college in 94.
Yeah,
Matt
graduated from college.
Mattism just about to drop.
Right. And
it's just about to drop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's no way James Harden can hang with that young fella and come back and play basketball the next.
Play basketball. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, but you know how we all were hanging out in our early to mid 30s. We thought we were definitely hanging out with 20-somethings.
We weren't going to play basketball the next.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. But that's that cat though. That's what he does. He's a party cat. He's in the wrong city and he's not going to age well. He better go to some country bumpkin town with nothing going on.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because he's actually flying to places to party.
Yeah, he is. I'm talking about all in Paris and
like he's different, man.
Yeah. It just proves that Miami Heat series when he was a rookie or his young days, they did the 2-3-2 and the three was in Miami. And we never even saw him even look like a shell of himself in that series because he probably was on South Beach the whole time because he was 23 then. Yep. He was 23 then.
Come on.
James Harden. You ain't resisting no South Beach. You right on Collins, Joe.
James Harden
is right on Collins,
without a doubt.
He wanted everything that comes with being a superstar.
About the work,
but doesn't want to do
the responsibility
that it takes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He likes the game, but he loves everything that comes with it.
Yep.
He likes the lifestyle better.
Lifestyle better.
And he loves the lifestyle, just likes the game.
Yeah. When he was guarded, when they figured him out, what was it, a year or so ago, a couple years, remember when they guarded him from the back? When they figured him out it was crazy to where nothing was in front of him. He could just go straight to the rim, and they would start to get behind him, so he couldn't do the step back.
Yep.
I've never seen him before in my life. So that to me, that's when he was mentally shaken. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when it started changing for him. It was mentally shaken because he was on fire. He kept winning MVPs. He would have, he was falling victim to being like, oh, you getting this rap where you can't finish. But around that time was when he peaked to me. It was like when they found out that you could just stand behind him.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing. And it was after that, he just declined. And then he's all about, because I didn't, in 19 or 18, it was in Vegas and he was there. with the center from Houston with the blonde top at the time, the little
oh yeah, he went to Atlanta. You talking about
Capella.
Yeah,
Capella.
They were there. He was dragging him around like a little brother, like, come on, get up, stand up, go, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Harden will stay out.
Yeah.
He'll stay in the club. He'll stay out. He's out, and that's what Kobe was not doing. That's what. And I'm telling you,
did you see that? Did you see that last game they had with Brooklyn in Philly?
I think I've seen something.
And Kyrie put a defense on James Harden that messed James Harden head up.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
he just guarded him full court. He didn't know what to do.
It was crazy.
And Kyrie is like,
you hear the rumors out of Brooklyn. They said the reason why James Harden wanted to get up out of there is because in practice Kyrie would embarrass him. Right? It was rumors.
And this was when Kyrie wasn't even he wasn't playing.
He wasn't playing. It's just the rumors. And then when they played that game, Kyrie put the lock.
He knew what to do.
My Lord, he just locked his dude. It was like this. I think when James Harden the first 2 or 3 games, he had pretty decent games. But ever since Kyrie put the mojo on him, Kyrie must have went through there with some sage or some shit before the game started.
No, he does do that every game.
He knows his
shit.
He knows his weakness. Everybody knows his weakness. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has a weakness. He has a weakness, and once you find it out, and Kyrie knows his weakness. He knew it. Just like, y'all, just stand on this side a little bit or do this a little bit, and just expose him. Like, and Kyrie is not. He's standing on this. He's standing on the square. Like, nope, I ain't doing it. You're missing 86. I'm cool.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm a chill. And so I don't really know. Well, the Heat is number 1 in the East.
Yeah. Still, after Udonis Haslem had to threaten to beat Jimmy Bucket's ass. That was crazy.
He straightened him up real quick.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Let me get your ear.
They number 1 in the Bucks and 76ers, then the Celtics and Bulls. Yep.
Yeah, but the Celtics, man, you can talk about the Celtics because they're looking really good.
They look good.
They just went on the West Coast and just ran through jokers.
Yeah, they lost their center. Meniscus
tear. Yeah.
Williams.
And quiet as kept, I don't think Tatum or Brown is vaccinated because neither one of them went to Toronto. And then when they were asked a question about it, the mums was word. So it's going to be very curious because Toronto now, they played their way out of that play-in. So somebody's going to have to go to Canada. You know, so
the NBA put out a thing the other day. That's a huge concern because I think Philly and Boston, there's some players who aren't vaccinated. They're not saying who they are, but they would not be able to play in Toronto.
I wouldn't doubt if it was Tatum because the original Tatum was his dad in St. Louis. His dad was, to us, it's like it's Justin's son. That's what it is to us. Like, oh, Justin's son getting busy. Like, his dad was Justin. His dad was the first Tatum getting busy. Him and Larry Hughes and St. Louis U and all that. So, I know that family. So it could be him. It could be him and mom and they're like, no, mom's like an attorney. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about, but I remember I seen like the first few games with the 76ers. That's what I'm saying. I seen the first few games and Harden was nice.
Yes.
It's like a good fit for a second. I seen the Kyrie situation. It was like, but Kyrie, I just think Harden kind of gets soft at times.
At times.
Because he quit that one.
There you go. Yep.
On was it Westbrook or?
No, he quit on CP3.
He quit on CP3.
Quit.
Yeah.
He quit, so he's a quitter. He's not a winner. He's gonna quit.
That Nets game is a good one. It's a 1-point game with 6 minutes left.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, he quit on the Nets. Just because Kyrie wasn't there, so he's like, we don't have full firepower. I'm out of here. Let me go somewhere where they're playing better and I got a better chance to win. He trying to hustle a championship at this point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Him and a bunch of people. That's the usual. But I think once LeBron leaves, a lot of people are going to bow out with him.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people because that's a generation that's kind of like, it's just too many youngsters in right now, and then the NBA is just getting that off. It's just they just got a factory coming in. These youngsters, 28 is gonna be old in a minute.
20, yeah. And these youngsters coming in ready to play too. They don't have to sit at rookie as a rookie. They ready to go.
They ready to go, and they training specific, like Mike and Kobe was doing. It's training specific things. It's like if you're gonna be doing a step back, you're gonna do this step back jump in the gym 100 times, like to where it's just next level. It's like, and they're working on like routines. Yeah, I mean, we all see it though. But it's like we didn't play like that. Like we played like got the ball, you dribble, and you went to the open spot. They got like, okay, start the routine. Like go 2 dribbles, 3 dribbles, turn, spin, turn, shoot. They got a whole formation that they're all going to, and everybody's being held back a year.
Yeah,
everybody's being held back a year. So. Everybody's in the second, fourth, third grade. You're smart. You get him in the second, third. You know what I'm saying? And you hold him back. So by the time he reaches high school, he's 19, his senior year.
Hey, we got a thing in Jersey now. Not only are they doing it when they're young, because when you're young, you get away with it. Say it's academics. You know, they not at the reading level or math level you want them at. Nobody says anything. Cool. Now when they get to the 8th grade. Because they might not be the size or had athleticism, they holding them back again.
Yep.
And so they get to not only their senior year, their junior year, they're 19. So then they decide to reclass back.
Yep.
And then go to college early. And they still going to college when they were supposed to in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a different game they playing out here.
Yeah, it's a different game.
Well, to create that talent at a young age. I mean, look at that Grizzlies team. I think their oldest person is 26, something crazy like that. I mean, and they're built to be good for a long time. Because you see how well they're playing without Ja.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean they play different too. Like they don't even mind that Ja is out. It's like, all right, we just gonna go to work.
They just young though and fast. And I mean, when young needed old, it's not like that now. It's like the old is on the bench, the coach.
Yeah.
He's still, but so he's 34 now. The offensive coordinator. I mean, someone that's helping the offense, offensively. He's still 33. He still listens to the same music, so he's still coach. He's like Bill Russell. He just ain't suiting up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They still trust him. They still talk to him. He still go out with them. Coaches didn't go out with them.
Yeah, it's no longer the father-son situation. Yeah. It's big brother, little brother.
It's big brother, little brother now. So that's why they can just win a championship with all youngsters now because big brother on the bench is talking to him and he in number 36, 34. Yeah. He would have been a big brother on the court, but he's I'm saying 28 gonna be old.
Damn.
Yep.
28 gonna be old in a minute. Yeah. And they can be shipping him in, shipping him out, shipping him in, shipping him out. And watching that this Laker thing. I think that brother he don't get enough credit for he changed basketball.
Sure did.
We just skipped over. I'm like, he wait a minute, you just telling me this now that and I don't Paul he's missing in the first championship though. What was his name? The coach that started the first
Paul
McKinney. McKinney.
Something happened, and I guess
the episode ain't came on yet, so I gotta find out what happens because Westfall took the team over, right? Paul took the team over.
Yeah, Westhead.
Westhead took the team over. So, and then I guess Pat.
Yeah, and Pat took it. But Westhead was a Norm Nixon guy. That's not the show yet, but he was a Nixon guy. And Pat Riley like Magic. So Magic advocated for Pat Riley.
So I'm trying to figure out. And Norm married.
Debbie Allen.
Debbie Allen.
Yeah.
That was a funny thing that happened real quick. It was at the time, our manager Jay Irvin Jr., Dr. J's son, road manager. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, not a road manager, our manager at the time. So they were going to meet with Debbie about a show for Nelly at the time, about a couple years back. and Norm came in and seen him. I was like, and was like, how y'all doing, fellas? Nice to meet y'all. Hey Nelly, how you doing? And seeing Jay, I was like, yo, I'm Jay Irvin. And Norm, what? I haven't seen you since you was 6. So sitting on sideline at the dunk contest. Remember they was little and talking to their dad about. But that shit is interesting, and to talk to them older players. I'll talk to Doc and ask who the greatest. Doc, like the greatest powerful. Tim Duncan. No talk. No. Period. You know what I'm saying? Sit with Mike, and Mike is like after 13 gin tonics, he get no fingers. All them. Telling you why he the GOAT. And he say, when he said, now what about them championships, them rings and all that? Don't worry about none of that. He said when one of them, when whoever is the offensive player of the year and the defensive player of the year in the same year, that's when we'll start talking.
Talk about it, Hawk. Talk about it, Hawk.
He did it. He did that.
That's what he said. He said when someone's the offensive player of the year, so I'm the best on this end and the best on that end. When someone does that, then we'll start the talking. Then you got to get the rings and all that to go along with it. But until
what year did he do that?
88, 89, I say 88, 89.
Talk about it, Hawk.
Yeah, that's the year he didn't get the ring that year.
Yeah, he still didn't get the ring. When he got the ring, he was gonna win 8 straight.
It ain't about the ring though, Hawk. Remember you said it's not about the ring.
No. I'm just I'm saying that you could be the best player on the.
He was the best offensive and the best defensive player in 1 year.
In the same year.
Yeah.
Same year.
And I know that he told me that, and I knew it wasn't. But when I speak to younger people, and I'm not gonna argue about them with that, like, yo, I respect everybody. Like Kareem was the captain, you know what I'm saying? Doc was the first to operate like this. Respect their names, you know what I'm saying? Kobe was the mom, he was a killer. LeBron is the king. That's a stat. Yeah, he's the king. Ain't nobody gonna catch them stats. He's unbelievable. He's Karl Malone body with you know what I'm saying? Like
Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson, like.
But when we talk about the GOAT, the greatest of all time, a lot of shit coming along with that.
Both doing it on both ends.
Doing it on both ends.
Kareem.
Ain't nobody pushing their hairline back and going to the ball shot. Give me a ball spot right. Ain't nobody doing that.
Right.
When Mike was in, people would hold froze, shave it off.
He said nobody changing the trend now, rocking the hole in the natural. Nobody rocking the toilet bowl. Nobody rocking the toilet bowl.
For the shoes.
Everybody wanted to be like Mike.
Everybody wanted in the league. Yeah. Ain't nobody. I mean, it was actually people on the other team wearing his shoes.
Yeah, I mean, look at Kobe.
Yeah, he changed.
Kobe came in mimicking him like head to toe, the tongue, the swagger, the pigeon toes, the whole shit.
Damn near the game.
Yeah, I mean the game especially.
The coolest part about the mimic of Kobe was he walked like Mike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Mike walked like that because he broke his foot.
Yep.
So you mimicked the limp. Mm-hmm. And Kobe said, "No, I don't walk like him. You walk just like him. You mimic the limp." R.I.P. to Kobe, he's next in line to me when it comes to it's a category to me. It's Michael Jordan. Then you can go on next. We're next, but Kobe's next in line as the Michael duplication. Like he could be like when you're saying who's the next Mike, Kobe's the next Mike. He's like LeBron is next, and you got some.
LeBron was the next Magic.
Next, yeah,
that's who he was.
The next Magic and that, but the next Mike was Kobe. He was just a hard worker. So neither one of those guys were supposed to even really be there. Kobe was nice, came in. He didn't do what LeBron did when he came in. Mike got cut his freshman year, type of things. They had work ethic. They worked so hard. They had killer mentality. They worked their way to that spot. LeBron was just bigger than everybody. No talk. It's like that's not a throw against him. It's just you can't. When he goes up to reach across him, a natural reach, like Shaq, the most dominant player in NBA history. Dominant, like it wasn't no stopping him when he was in. It was no stopping him. And anybody that played that other position. Because he's going to draw a double and the triple. You got to. If not, he doing you.
Yeah.
Easy
buckets.
The most disrespectful play in basketball of all time is when Shaq dunked on Chris Dudley.
and threw the ball and then pushed him slightly. And Dudley picked the ball up and threw it. Yeah, because Shaq had already put his nuts all in his then hit you with the man. I'm talking about
disrespectful.
taking down the whole.
But yeah, I know. It's we like 2 hours in. This is a great conversation, by the way, Ali. We appreciate your prayer. We 2 hours in. We ain't talk about the West Coast too tough. We talked about the East Coast, West Coast real quick. His son's still doing their thizzle, right?
Yeah, 9-game winning streak.
Suns and Grizzlies, man. Suns and Grizzlies. That's it. Nothing else to talk.
The Mavs stepped up again.
Yeah, the Mavs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got what's his face? Luka calling LeBron out.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
What did he say?
Nah, he said come here, beat us up. And LeBron couldn't.
He wasn't playing, right?
No, this is when LeBron was still playing. He was
calling him like, you come check me.
Yeah.
And then when LeBron would come check him, he would get him in a pick and roll to force it. Like, it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Well, that 40-point triple-double was more disrespectful. Luka's been killing them. Yeah, but Dallas is what are they? I think they're in the fourth. Yeah, they're tied with Golden State. Tied with Golden State?
Yeah.
No, they're in the third spot.
They tied with Golden State.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
they're not. They are 48-29. That's right. You're right. Sorry.
Okay. They tied with Golden State, so they can't ever count out Steph. Because he's liable.
When does he come back? Is he back?
No.
That's the playoffs.
Man, so the playoffs are still. That's why I'm like, I just get nervous. You know what I'm saying? Because like I've seen James Harden show out, and I'm like, oh my God, no one's stopping this in the playoffs. And he even got shut down. And we know how it goes. They just sit out. It really get it bad now. Sitting out, it really got it bad now. I'm talking about you don't know. I don't know if AD even. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you question it like. I'm just gonna wait out. I'm trying to strategize. Everything is so analytical. Everything is so, you know what I'm saying, to where it shows with Kyrie. When Kyrie was naturally having to sit out because he couldn't play in certain places. Oh my gosh, he was coming in fresh legs, ain't played.
Drop 60 on you. Just tearing you up. Now you got to play every night.
Yeah, man.
He's down to 24.
Right now, you play down to 24. That's what I'm saying.
Which is still very good, but
very good.
Very good. But it's not like he was gonna come in and dropping, 50, 60 points a game.
Kyrie probably did. He talked to Kobe. Kyrie ain't know his mouth and his attitude is top tier crazy.
Yeah, he's one of them.
He's one of them.
Too. He's the next. If you got Mike, Kobe, Kyrie's the next one.
That talk too. That next level talk like he's man, and it's proper as hell and disrespectful.
Yeah,
I'll bake you to death. I'll tear you up from limb to limb.
Uncle Drew.
I'm interested to see him. Yeah, but I had a great time.
But listen, guys, I want to give a big shout out to my brother Ali from St Lunatics for coming through here.
Yes, sir.
These 2 hours flew like fast, Yeah. And but it's good to talk sports because you definitely know your shit, bro.
I'm trying. I could be up on a little more, but I'm into soccer so much now.
Soccer dad.
Hey guys, just if y'all, I know if you want to see a dunk contest, NCAA dunk contest is on ESPN right now. I can guarantee it'll be better than the NBA.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yes, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go check in with that. And everybody who checked in the chat, JT, you already know, week in and week out, you right there. Appreciate you, my cousin Zubin, and everybody else that's in the building. Love and respect. Matters in Sports. We out of here.
Peace out, fellas.
Peace.
Peace.